Hi, Taurus. This month is a very obvious statement about how much you've overhauled so far. It's an emotional overhaul. It's catching up to everything else in your life emotionally, and it may feel like weird at first going into it. It may feel hard, but it's nothing you haven't done before and nothing that you're not capable of, because you want something for yourself and you're basically unafraid to speak up for it during the course of this month and really go for it. Mercury's going to enter your sign on the 5th, and we'll get more into that into the second part, which will be in the description box below, which is all information to work with me one-on-one as well. And if not, this will come out a little bit more into the month after, but everything on Patreon regardless. So you feel, so Venus went from your sign to Gemini just recently before I do this, and now you know Mercury is coming into your sign, and it's possible that you feel very much ready by that time, especially by July, to speak up, to let out, to put out there whatever you're creating, to speak about the skills that you've acquired, to know that you've done as much as you can and now it's time to offer it forward. It's also about you becoming very clear on what it is that you're looking for, what you want, what you're here to offer, and as well as what you're here to receive. You might have someone wanting to work with you or be a part of whatever you're doing. Could be a partnership as well. You also seem to have options. For some of you who are single, be very clear if you don't want to be in anything serious right now with any one or multiple people that you might be seeing, because you don't want to get yourself into a sticky situation. However, I don't think you will. It seems as though you're being very yourself, very upfront, feel very independent this month. And if you are partnered, you're talking about what's important for you to feel like yourself, feel independent, be happy, and feel powerful, and like you're working on what you need to be working on diligently and what's important to you, and how it involves the very intimate parts of you. So Cancer season can bring out the sides of you that also find comfort in similar things. You also find that there is a comfort in your feelings, and how, again, that emotional overhaul this month. And if you're tired, let yourself be tired. If you need rest, let yourself get that rest, because any of that will translate probably somewhere else that isn't helpful to the situations, especially your own, that you're going through. You find that throughout the month and towards Leo season that you're so able to work consistently on something. Some of you really want something in your life where it makes you feel consistently the same way, in a more positive way perhaps. If you're not enjoying what you have been, Gemini season very clearly showed you what's important, what you're capable of. My nose has been itchy, sorry. What you're capable of, what you can create from this time, what is very obviously on your, in your line of work that you might not be using, and now you're ready to offer it because you feel more secure about it. There's something about you changing up, again, things that maybe you thought were solid, you thought were what you wanted, you thought were going to stay with you through this transformation. However, something else is giving, something else is coming through, something else is wanting your attention. And even if it's not something that has been for the best before, it's very clear and obvious to you now that this season more than ever will show you how skilled in your groundedness you've become, or the feeling of it, in holding your ground, because you will need to. If you especially want to set foot on these adventures, especially if you want to go alone, especially if there are people who want to work with you and you don't want to work with them, you need to skillfully understand how to get out of that, or not do it, or just simply say no and say, okay, this is just the way that I work. Hold on. Sorry about that. Okay, so also, don't think that the people in your life can't handle when you get upset, or if you get upset, or if you need to let loose or vent or whatever it is that you need to do, because you'll see the reciprocity from those in your life who are meant to be or stable this season. It'll become clear to you, like your intimate relationships, the people around you, what you're creating and how that affects who you're becoming, and how that affects what's happening with you emotional, and again, what you've handled up until this point and now are ready to let out. I don't mean let out on other people, however, you still need to let it out to a certain extent. Some of you will want to go into a mode of creation and get really into yourself by the end of the month and into that zone. You will find that there's a lot that you had on your table and you already had existing, maybe even around you in many areas of your life, but now you're focusing it in something physical or something physically to put out there for other people to. And what I've been saying in Cancer season is for things to come to life, for you to put something in the world, and it's not just yours, it's not just what you've done, it's something that other people see and have communication with or think about or take a look at. You may really find that this month goes from being something very deep, which it is, and it's a deep upheaval emotionally for you. However, it's a very important month for who it is that you want to be and how you choose to interact with the world, and how you're choosing to interact with the world, and how capable you are of handling different things. And for some of you, you'll find that you'll find partnership. These three at the top, and you'll see in the second part, almost look like a team now. It seems to be like a team of people, or a few people that come into your life and offer you that security, that understanding, that wanting to work with you, understanding your pace. And that's because maybe you've understood yours and you understand how you work, and you're at this point and in this time aren't willing to give up quality for that. You're not willing to give up anything for that, and you're still able to somehow be flexible and shape things this month. You may be overcoming something that, or doing this is actually, in doing this, it will be you overcoming something that you maybe didn't think was possible or didn't know you needed to. And that's the surprise and magic of Cancer season, is maybe you just didn't know you needed to. And then we have Cancer on the bottom, the Chariot card, the coming together, the Fool representing you being willing to share these things, you being more open, a little bit more vulnerable, because, and just like in a way that Capricorn can bring into one's life, you bring in the stability like Cancer does, like the stability in a certain area where you can go be playful in it because you remain yourself. So there's a part of you in your life where you remain yourself, and it is you, but you need more exploration. You're finding that you want to do a little bit more, have a little bit more flexibility, and that's the thing that's changing within your own fixed nature. You've had a lot of different changes, and now it's finally coming through to all different corners, all different sides of you, and it's starting to unfold in your life. It's starting to give you freedom. I think that's the biggest thing, is that it's giving you this stronger sense of freedom, and it's because you're willing to take the wins where you do and where you can, that this continues to happen, that you continue to rise to the occasion. And this month it's actually important for you to say, like, I can't handle this. Like, you know what you can handle and you're handling it, but you need to be willing to, and you're going to be able to, but you'll see where and what you can't handle, and you're just like, I just can't handle it right now. Like, this is not I need to put my energy here, my focus here, and maybe I used to get more energy from doing this or doing something for you, and that's what, you know, can be very much acknowledged in Taurus and Cancer season, is that there's like not so much, there's a hand holding Cancer or Taurus season, and then Cancer season's more of a like, I'll hold your hand until we jump, and then you need to jump alone. You need to still be there in spirit kind of way. And you guys understand that, but this is that happening with you. You're coming into this season and very much relating to that, where you're these different things that you've been doing in this way that you've been building, and these people that are coming together is now a different sense of trust that you're putting out there, because there has been history, there has been maybe deception in your history or your traditional way of doing things, and now it's all coming together and it seems maybe better than you could have imagined, but it is, and that's okay. And it's okay for you to know that that's what you've wanted, and that's okay to acknowledge, regardless of who that's to. Tell the world, don't tell the world, but this is happening, and surprise. Surprise. Don't be afraid to let go, stand your ground, but also listen. And that's how you listen to yourself, is getting to know yourself, is creating with yourself, working with yourself and other people, and how you again choose to reinvent what maybe has gone differently before. Different situation, different set of people. Maybe things can and are different, and so are you. All right, Taurus, this is your Cancer season reading. All information is below to work with me or get a further explanation. Sorry about the nose itch, and I will see you next month.